Welcome to the Ancient Alternative View. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you. Good evening to all watching the Ancient Alternative View, a place where everyone's opinion matters. Remember, the truth has been covered for many years, so all theories to our ancient past are on the table. I look forward to hearing your views. Please like and comment below. The Vinca culture, also known as the Turdis culture or Turdis Vinca culture, is the oldest Neolithic culture in the southeastern Europe, dated to the period 5500 to 4500 BC. In 1908, the largest prehistoric Neolithic settlement in Europe was discovered in the village of Vinca, just a few miles from the Serbian capital Belgrade, on the shores of the Danube. Vinca was excavated between 1918 and 1934 and was revealed as a civilization in its own right. Indeed, as early as the 6th millennium BC, 3 millennium before dynastic Egypt, the Vinca culture was already a fully fledged civilization. A typical town consisted of houses with complex architectural layouts and several rooms built with wood, and these would be covered in mud. The houses sat along streets, thus making Vinca the first urban settlement in Europe, but being far older than cities of Mesopotamia and Egypt, and the town of Vinca itself was just one of several metropolises, with others at Divestin, Petravinac, Silviac, Plochnic, and Predinica. Archaeologists concluded that in the 5th and early 4th millennia BC, just before its demise in East Central Europe, old Europeans had towns with a considerable concentration of population. Temples, several stories high, sacred scripts, spacious houses of 4 or 5 rooms, professional ceramicists, weavers, copper and gold metallurgists, and other artisans producing a range of sophisticated goods. A flourishing network of trade routes existed, keep that in mind, that circulated items such as an obsidian, shells, marble, copper, and salt over hundreds of kilometres. The Vinca culture flourished from 5500 to 3500 BC on the territories of what is now Bosnia, Serbia, Romania, and Macedonia. It got its name from the present-day village of Vinca, 10 kilometres east of Belgrade on the Danube River, where over 150 Vinca settlements have been determined. There is no evidence of war or defences in the townships, and it appears that the Vinca were more peaceful society combining low-level agriculture and foraging trade. They produced the first known European examples of photoscript, and were the first people in the world known to smelt copper. They existed in a similar state for almost 2,000 years, following which they appear to have disappeared around the Mediterranean and Aegean. Copper working had been in progress in nearby Anatolia, Turkey, for well over 1,000 years before it appeared in Europe. One of the most exciting finds for archaeologists, therefore, was a discovery of sophisticated metal workshops with a furnace, tools including copper chisels, 2-headed hammers, and an axe. This might prove that the Copper Age actually started in Europe at least 500 years than we thought. The Copper Age marks the first stage of humans' use of metal with copper tools used alongside other stone implements. It is thought to have started around the 4th millennium BC in South Europe and earlier in the Middle East. The discovery of mines, Europe's oldest, a nearby Molavia River, suggested at the time that Vinca could be Europe's first metal culture, theory now backed by the Plochnic site. These latest findings show that the Vinca culture, from the very beginning, was a metallurgical culture, said archaeological Dusan Silver of Serbia's National Museum. They knew how to find minerals, how to transform them, and how to melt them into tools. The Tartaria tablets, pictured like this, refer to a group of 3 tablets discovered in 1961 by archaeologist Nikolai Vlasar at the Neolithic site in the village of Tartaria, about 30 kilometres, 19 miles from Alba Iulia in Romania. 2 of the tablets are rectangular and the 3rd is round. They are very small. The round one is only 6 centimetres. One round and one rectangular hole is drilled in to the sides. The tablets dated to around 5300 BC, bear in size symbols, the Vinca's symbols, and have been the subject of considerable controversy among archaeologists, some of whom claim that the symbols represent the earliest known form of writing in the world. Subsequent radiocarbon dating of the Tartaria finds pushed the dates of the tablets and therefore the whole Vinca culture much further back, as far back as 5500 BC, the time of the early Urdu phase of the Sumerian civilization in Mesopotamia. This finding has reversed our concept of the origin of writing, and it is now believed that the Sumerians inherited Vinca tradition rather than theirs. Otherwise, we will have to push Sumerian culture back at least a millennia. Vinca art. Vinca art is some of the most beautiful art in the world. They pursued beauty and produced around 60 different forms of wonderful pottery and figurines, not only to represent deities, but also out of pure enjoyment. The findings suggest an advanced division of labour and organisation. Houses had stoves, there were special holes for trash, and the dead were buried in tiny necropolises. People slept on woolen mats and fur, made of clothes of wool. Flax, leather kept animals. The community was especially fond of children. Artifacts of such things as toys, rattles made of clay, small clumsily crafted pots to appear like they were just for a children's playtime. Absolutely superb. Now, just going back to my last point, this is a picture of Sumerian texts, and we've also got the Vinca text as well, when I find them. And if you look at both of them, they're very, very, very similar. Now, if you'll notice in my talk, it pushes back the Vinca civilization earlier than the Sumerians, which would mean the Sumerians would be a 1,000 years wrong in our textbooks. And they just push that away. The powers that be. Oh, an archaeologist has made a mistake there. I don't condone that. I think 1,000 years wrong is very wrong to guess. I would love to hear your ancient alternative view on everything we've talked about today. All the very best for your day. I'll look forward to speaking to you soon. Remember, there's always an ancient alternative view. Thank you for watching. Remember, there's always an ancient alternative view. Thank you for watching.